Hey guys, I am back in front of the camera, and I haven't been in front of the camera for quite a few videos now, and here is the reason. I've come to a bit of a realization. This channel isn't about me, not at all. Okay, let me explain myself here. When I first started off this channel, I kind of thought that I'd be doing vlogs. So basically, video logging my life as I go, and most of that being reptile and animal stuff. But early on I did a couple of different things, like the good old jump out of your bed and stuff, and I don't know, just different things, and filming. I think I filmed a track practice, which is kind of strange now that I think about it, but I did those types of things. But I've kind of geared toward just animal videos, which is really what I planned the channel out to be in the beginning. It just video stuff, just animal stuff, and I'm kind of happy with what I've focused in on. And what it seems to me that I've really focused in on is animal stuff, but especially figuring out how to do it yourself. So basically I had to figure out what exactly was I going to be more entertaining when I did videos, or was I going to be more educational, or a mix of both. And really I feel like I've more kind of gone towards the educational side of things. I try to be funny or something sometimes. I don't really know what you guys like, but the main point I'm trying to get across in every video is just information. That's really what I'm trying to show through doing these videos. That's my goal, is to educate you guys and share any knowledge that I know through experience or research or whatnot, and mainly figuring out how to do this crazy thing of animal husbandry on our own, because that's really how this is, and it's something that I feel like's new. New, it's old, keeping reptiles is older than I am. This hobby is way older than I am, but it's still so much new information is coming out all the time, and I think that's really cool, and I really want to make people good at keeping animals and keeping them correctly, because I really care about animal husbandry and keeping them correctly, just because I feel that it's just super cool. I don't know why, but it just is. And also the key thing is you have to know so much to take care of every single different animal, and that's just insane to me. Every animal you have to know just so much, more than I know. And it's just crazy for every single different reptile, and there's so many different types, and I just want to learn it all, because that's what I want to do, and then I want to share it all with you guys. So that's why I wanted to become an exotic animal vet, because I want to know as much as I can, and I want to know everything about these animals. I want to be able to keep them and just know as much as I can, okay? And then share all that knowledge with you guys. Share the knowledge that isn't it's only taught in colleges and stuff, that just not commonly shared, and make it readily available for everybody. That's my plan here. So in saying that, none of that is necessarily me. That's my plan, but the plan is to show you guys about animals, not about my life, not about what I'm doing, or what I am doing, my experience with the reptiles. So as this channel gets bigger, which, we're at 630 subscribers right now. That's amazing. Okay, so a lot of you might be thinking, well, that's a pretty small number, but I don't even know 600 people. That's a lot of people, and I don't care if it's, I've gotten more views than that on some of my videos, so I'm reaching out to more people than just 600. So and I know it's going to continue growing with your guys' support and everything. It's just amazing. So as it grows, I don't want it to be about me anymore, because it's not. And I'm all right with that, and I'm excited about that. I kind of like to keep my personal life personal, because that's just how it is. So I don't have any social medias that are about me. On Instagram, I literally just post plants and reptiles. That's it. Maybe some art that I've done, but That's not very much about me at all. And then YouTube obviously is all about the reptiles. So I don't want there to be a bunch of information on me because, I mean, I'm good and I don't really need to share that with anybody. That's just kind of how I feel. I mean, getting a job in the future, I don't want there to be anything about me that anybody can see. It's not that I do bad things. I mean, I'm a pretty good kid. I get straight A's. I am a really fast runner. Like, that's pretty much describing me. That's pretty much it. And then I have a zoo. That's me in a nutshell there. So there's not a lot to there's not a lot I want to show. Not saying that I'm like selfless, while I'd love to be completely selfless. I'm not quite that, but I'm just not a big sharer, I guess. So basically where I'm getting to here is I want to change the channel name, because right now it's my name and the channel's not about me, so why would it be my name? Now the problem that I'm running into is that I want it to be original, but that's really hard unless you have something like a name. Nobody else is going to have that name, especially not Jonah Bowdle. Like, Bowdle isn't, you know, if my last name was Smith or something, then somebody's probably going to have whatever name I have. But it's unique and it's original, but again, it's not about me. And I've thought about trying to work my name into a channel name, just to, again, make it original, so something that people kind of remember. But what I've heard from YouTubers that are really big and their name's not exactly what they wanted to be, but they can't change it now because they just can't. So it needs to be something that people will search. Like, it needs to be able to come up with something like that. So what I do is Reptiles, so I want Reptiles in my name probably. And also something somewhat original, but I couldn't really think of anything that's like completely original, I guess. Like any like weird words or like play on words or anything. But here's what I've come up with. It is DIY Reptiles. Just capital D, capital I, capital Y, Reptiles, because that is what I do. Okay, so do it yourself Reptiles. I want to show you guys how to complete this crazy idea of taking a magnificent animal and just keeping it in a box in your house. And I want to show you every single aspect of that to how to do it yourself. And because not every producer of animal products is there to is trying to get you the best for your animal. Okay, I'm not selling anything. I'm producing free content that's free to you. I don't gain anything from your animal doing well besides your animal doing well. So I want to show you the best way that I know how to care for things. And I might not always be right, but if I am, you guys can correct me, or I'll correct myself. I'm always open to learning. So basically, DIY Reptiles, because that's what I do. At this point, I try not to buy like reptile products. I try to buy cheaper things that still work just as well. And like kind of just trying to show you guys how to do things without spending a ton of money, but also doing things correctly at the same time, and doing things that look really nice and that are really good for the animals and are just good in all aspects. And most of those things are building things myself, like this green iguana cage down here. We built that ourselves because there's very few reptile cages on the market that are big enough for a green iguana. There's no reptile cages on the market big enough for an adult green iguana, but there's very few that are like the size of that. And then I'm doing DIY backgrounds, and I just did a DIY hissing cockroach enclosure, and I'm doing DIY filters, and everything I'm doing is just considered DIY, do it yourself. I am building stuff, and I love building stuff. That's probably one of my favorite aspects of reptile keeping, is designing the enclosure. That's my favorite part. And like even the soil, I'm not buying like a perfectly mixed tropical soil. I'm mixing it myself. I'm gathering the resources myself. I'm finding the plants sometimes in the wild, or I say wild, I found a couple of invasive plants in Florida. But like everything, I'm just ending up figuring out ways to not buying products that are intended for reptiles. I'm trying to get the best thing while also doing it inexpensively, if that makes sense. So that is my goal here. And also another thing is how to keep large animals in the north. That's one thing. And I know I say north, some people for some reason kind of get mad when I live in Ohio and I say north. So like people in Canada, people in Michigan, people in Maine are just like kind of mad about that. I'm gonna consider myself in the north. It's cold for a lot of the year, I think, here in Ohio. So and basically areas that get cold or a temperate climate, I think, or deciduous forest, something like that. Areas like that you can't keep animals outside and they have to be inside for most of the year or all of the year or whatnot, to show you how to keep animals like that. So for my green iguana, I'm building them a huge enclosure that's like 5 times the size of that one right now. And then for my turtles, I have them in a 125-gallon fish tank. Just trying to show you guys how to keep all these things correctly with proper lighting, proper supplements, proper substrate, proper like decor, everything like that, through learning myself and then sharing it with you guys. So I hope that makes sense. DIY Reptiles. I actually already made a second channel that's called DIY Reptiles that I posted like a different type of video on, and I might more explore that format of video in the future. But basically it was no talking and just like sound. I guess it could be like ASMR. I won't do that. Basically I want to use like classical music on top of like showing you how to do something. But I don't know, I might experiment it in the future. Currently I don't know how to put music onto my videos, so if I can figure out how to do that, then I probably will try it. But I don't know if it's something that everybody's interested in. But I guess I've had a couple of different ideas of like weird video formats, but stuff for the future. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you don't like the name, you think it's terrible, put it down in the comments. Like, I'd really want that. If you like the name, put it down in the comments. If you like the name, like this video. Like, that feedback is just so much to me. It's just amazing how this platform has that. I hope you guys watched this video all the way through, watch me ramble, but I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like down below. If you have any comments or concerns, put in the comments below. And if for more content, then subscribe to DIY Reptiles. So, have a fantastic, lovely, wondrous day.